Hey there, Davin Ogden here, and I am back with my Niche Profit Classroom version 5.0 bonus. I recorded a couple other videos. I did a Niche Profit Classroom version 5 review, and in another video, I covered all of the tools that you get inside a Niche Profit Classroom. But when I mentioned my bonus, my friend pointed out to me that you didn't include any of your credentials. Like, why would they want your bonuses, Dav? So she suggested that I go back and create another video, and I guess I agree because I really kind of forgot to mention that part. Anyways, this is me here, where I'm circling my head there, and this is my good friend Ben Brooks. And since 2007, I've been doing this stuff, and since that time, I've had the privilege of working for some of the net's most profitable and popular online marketers. And this page here belongs to Mark Acutt, and if you're not familiar with Mark just happens to be Andre Chaperon's, yes, the infamous Andre Chaperon's from Autoresponder Madness's most successful student ever. In fact, Mark is featured here on Andre's old story about how he took his buddy from zero to hero to making $200 per day in only 30 days, and it's kind of a legacy in Andre's past now. But anyways, I got to know Mark through tiny little businesses. He approached me to do some of his JV stuff for him, and it's because of my past prior to that. I've worked for Tim Brocklehurst around the 2007 2008 era, as well as Holly Mann over here. Where is Holly? Holly is actually how I got my start back in 2007. And I was one of her first members of her forum. It was called the Honest Work from Home Success Forum back in the day. And I started out as her admin, and later on she hired me to do some JV stuff for her, and then we eventually ended up being partners, business partners for a number of years. And I don't do much in the internet marketing niche anymore, but here's just some of the screenshots and stuff of back when I did the IM niche stuff. I prefer to market in other niches because I just really don't care for the internet marketing niche much anymore, except for recommending products like Niche Profit Classroom to people that are struggling out there every once in a while. But anyways, Holly, um, I'm not sure if you remember the Rich Jerk or not. We know him as Kelly Felix these days. And Holly used to be basically the Rich Jerk's arch rival. The Rich Jerk was basically known as being the asshole of marketing, and Holly was known as being the sweetheart of marketing. And it all came about because Holly didn't really care for a lot of the ways that the Rich Jerk used to treat his people back then. Like, he was just rude and obnoxious. And Holly, on the other hand, she was all about just really helping people. She really had a heart of gold. And Holly came out with Honest Riches, and it kind of all just sparked off a frenzy because Holly started to outrank the Rich Jerk for his own keywords and stuff like that. And it was kind of like a rivalry thing going on, and it was a lot of fun, actually. But of course, the Rich Jerk didn't like it much, but it was pretty cool. Anyways, so there's that, and it was around 2008 I was privileged enough to be asked to be part of a Dan Kennedy product. Now, probably if you know anything about marketing at all, everybody knows who Dan Kennedy is. He's pretty much the most famous marketer on the planet, both offline and online. And Dan is responsible, and this is actual fact, for creating more millionaires on earth than any other person. He's responsible for the training that they took to do that. So when I was asked to be a part of one of his products, which was called the Future of Info Marketing, I was very, very flattered. And the way that came about was I knew Rob Toth at the time because Rob was actually Dan Kennedy's affiliate manager. And Rob said, Dav, you're one of the guys behind the scenes, because that's what I always was. I was one of the guys behind the scenes that I worked for a lot of other marketers, but I wasn't much in the spotlight. But he said, you're the guy that makes this stuff happen behind the scenes. So I want to have you in this. just because you never get any blood recognition for the kind of stuff you do. So that was great, you know, and it featured me alongside guys like Willie Crawford and Jeff Mills and Johnny Andrews, of course, who used to be a real internet icon, and Bill McRae. And this project actually went on to do, they had guys like Mike Phil Saman here and Ewan Chia and a bunch of others. I think there was maybe around 30 of us or something like that when all was said and done. But I mean, that was really cool. And let's see, what else? Tahir Shah, yes. A lot of you guys probably know who Tahir Shah is, and another very, very popular internet marketer. I used to be part of this, it was called easillyanswer.com, and with that site, people basically wrote in, and the experts inside of the site, again, there was probably 25 to 30 of us. Willie Crawford was in there, Andrew Hansen, Charles Heflin. Gosh, I can't even remember now who was all in there, but quite a few of us. And people would write in and ask a question, and then we answered the questions for them over video. So it was a pretty cool site, actually. We helped a lot of people back then. Anyway, so my whole point of telling you guys all this is I know and people that are the top in their industry wouldn't hire me to do, you know, all the work in their back end if I didn't know my stuff. What I'm going to do as my bonus, if you decide to purchase a niche profit classroom through my link, is I will give you a half-hour consultation over Skype worth at least $250 for my time. I usually charge around $500 an hour, and people do pay that because they know that I know my stuff, and there's people out there that have money that are willing to pay for that, for the advice that I give them. So if you decide to purchase through Niche Profit Classroom or through my link, what I'm going to do is give my email address on here, and you can email me at davinpersonal@gmail.com along with, and then what I'll do is I will get in touch with you, and we will exchange Skype IDs, and then we'll hop on Skype for 30 minutes. And basically, it's your half hour. You can ask me anything you want. We could come up with a little bit of a strategy to get your business off the ground, a bit of a business plan, or if you're having some technical difficulties, you know, maybe getting a squeeze page set up, or if you just want my advice in any other area, it's your half hour. So if that sounds like something you'd like to do, I highly recommend the Profit Classroom. That's the reason I created this whole series of videos, because it's one of the few places I think can just get people up and running in about the shortest amount of time possible, and it teaches you how to put all of the pieces together, you know, in a nice congruent fashion, and by the time you're done, you got a business. So it's a very, very, very good training platform. So like I said, purchase through the link either inside of this video or underneath this video. Send me an email at davinpersonal@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you. Make sure you include your receipt, and then we'll set up that consultation. All right, guys?